All right, what is up, Banter fan? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we'll be diving into the crypto gaming landscape and markets today, as there is a pivotal event across crypto this week. Obviously, unless you're living under a rock or if you're new to the industry, the ETH Merge is right around the corner. This week, the ETH Merge will take place, and that is a massive catalyst in the market. I'm going to show you proof in the pudding of the last couple of events that have triggered massive buy the rumors, sell the news events, and why I think the ETH Merge is no different and one of the only catalysts propping up this market at this time, and why I think patience will pay off in this time period, where if you wait after the merge, let the market play out. My thesis is you will see much better prices for long-term accumulation. We'll discuss all that and more in this edition. Without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't a cent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know you gon' play, but ain't here to play. If you get lost, show you the way.
All right, and let's dive right into it. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy the show, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for crypto shows here every single day on Crypto Banter. And shout out to the sponsors of In the Game, Animoca Brands, one of the biggest Web3 gaming companies in the world, Unix Gaming, one of the leading Web3 gaming infrastructures, as well as MEXC, the official exchange of the In the Game show. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Over the weekend, we actually saw Brian Armstrong from Coinbase and Coinbase themselves come out with a partnership with Enthusiast Gaming. And anyone who's in really touch with the gaming space at the moment knows that EV.io, it's a first-person shooter, has been really coming up in the scene as far as an easy onboarding game. And the guys are from Addicting Games, the games you would have played in the computer lab as a kid. That was what I was coming up on. And that website fueled so many different games and mini game experiences for me to be able to participate in. So whenever they brought this game to the Web3 space, EV.io, which is a first-person shooter, that really was something that a lot of people have caught hold to, and you can play on any device. And as you see here, they'll provide Enthusiast Gaming, who is behind EV.io, with wallet capability, blockchain nodes, fiat to crypto ramps. And I think that the reason I wanted to highlight this is because Coinbase really flopped on their NFT marketplace. Anyone who remembers the memes that were coming out, the comment section in the NFT marketplace, it was just so weird. You know, it was very differently played than I thought that they should have played it. And nobody uses Coinbase for NFTs. So maybe Coinbase can aim their infrastructure towards gaming and find a little bit of more traction there. I think that might be a better avenue for them. And they definitely have the resources and the capital to be able to fund and, you know, provide these games with a lot of different tools in their belt. So I hope to see them pivot that direction. Obviously, Enthusiast Gaming partnered with Adidas, HBO Max, Universal. So that was big news, in my opinion, in the gaming space. And I hope to see Coinbase leaning towards gaming a little more, as Brian Armstrong was pointing out. And I want to talk about the markets in this edition. So, you know, we're looking at the market's relatively green, you know, playing out before the ETH Merge. This is my bear market gaming watch list that we have been putting together all bear market. You know, this whole entire time while the market has been dipping, we have been, you know, researching, diving into these projects. And most of them, you know, you get down here, some of them are down for the 24 hours, but a lot of them are up for the week. And we're still seeing a lot of green in the markets leading up to the ETH Merge. Obviously, ETH Merge about midweek this week. That is a major catalyst that has been delayed a couple times and people are really looking ahead to. And I want to point you to, on the show, I have been talking about why I think this is a massive buy the rumor, sell the news event. I'm going to show you the proof in the pudding over the last year of at least, these are two major ones that occurred. And there's a couple others that I will describe after this. We see Avalanche year to date. And if you look here, AVAX was about $66. It runs all the way up to $102 between March and April. Bear in mind, this was not a bullish time period. The market was not in a bullish trend at this moment in time. Avalanche was on its own accord. So it goes from March 14th to $67, all the way from April 2nd to $102. Well, if you go look at what those key dates were, the Barcelona Avalanche Summit ironically falls on the 22nd to the 27th. What was the top of Avalanche? The top of Avalanche here in this last little run in the bear market was $102 on April 2nd. You know why that was the catalyst? It's because after all the news comes out, Avalanche subnets hit, DeFi Kingdoms, Kribata, they were coming out on the subnets. There was a lot of hype around the chain. They were announcing a lot of new games that were going to build infrastructure on Avalanche subnets. But the thing about these catalysts, guys, is after these occur, there's nothing else to look forward to. So what happens? They move on. They go to the next narrative. People will try to swim to that next narrative. And obviously, once that narrative was gone, it just plays back into the market cycle, which was extremely bearish sentiment. And now we're seeing $21 on Avalanche. But that's not the only example. Obviously the prime example we could take a look at was last fall, right before the bull run. The bull market was in the prime last October and November, I would say. But leading up to the bull market, Cardano was announcing their smart contracts. Obviously, this is the infamous one, up to $3 on September 2nd. We're looking at $3 in this time period. What was happening in this time period? Well, September 13th, they launched the smart contracts after the successful hard fork. So when there's all these hype-driven events into the market, it's all priced in. Everything is priced in. Remember the Polkadot narrative with the Polkadot parachains. I think Polkadot was $40+ at that point. And it is substantially down. I think 80% down at this point. Not that other altcoins aren't, but that was definitely another event. It was priced in, it was buy the rumor, and it was sell the news. So I don't want people to play into that same narrative. So what is my strategy leading up to the merge? I think, if you're out there and you have any active deployed positions that are in profit, it might be advisable to potentially take a look across the board before the ETH merger and do a risk reward scenario in your head just to evaluate, should I take a little bit off the table? Because this is a massive catalyst in the market. And given the economic climate, I truly don't think that the bottom has been shown in this bear market cycle. I think that after this little run that we're seeing here with the ETH merger, we're going to be in for some more pain, and that means better prices. So if you took some positions here at these recent bottoms and you are swing trading up towards the ETH merger, I would potentially try to take some profits off the table on some positions. I know, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just guiding you through exactly what I am doing inside of the markets. And I've taken a couple profits, in this bear market time, leading up to the ETH merger. So whenever I'm assessing my positions, and I got in on some positions very low, and now they're up 40 to 50%, those are things I've definitely taken off the table potentially in security leading up to the ETH merger. So I think if you want to avoid volatility, that would be the smartest thing to do as a savvy investor, is definitely use that narrative of buy the rumor, sell the news. So far in crypto, over the last 4 to 5 catalysts, I would say, even beyond what I listed with Avalanche, Cardano, the Phantom conference last fall was infamous. After that, it completely tanked after the Phantom conference. There's so many different instances of these. I think Near is potentially being shorted as we're talking right now. The NearCon is happening at this very moment, guys. So these conferences, these events, they cause narrative-driven dumps, because it's a buy the rumor, sell the news event. And you could look back as far as time. The savvy investors inside of both stocks, traditional markets, and crypto markets utilize that to their full advantage. Why? Because retail is going to come in, and retail is going to say, wow, I saw the news headline. It must be about to blow up. Let's go. But the thing is, it's already priced in. The savvy people have already taken profits. You want to be on that savvy side. You don't want to be on the retail side that sees a news headline and then you hop in. That's what it pays. It pays to pay attention in the space. So if you've been, watching the shows, me, Rand, Sheldon, Kyle, Miles, you've gotten all this information and wealth of knowledge now in this market climate, to play into this merge. If our thesis plays out, and I know, I think Kyle's pretty bearish. I'm pretty bearish as far as after the ETH merge. I think we're going to see lower. There's going to be so many opportunities if you're here soaking up, building up your watch list, trimming the fat off of your watch list. So I think that is a massive key to be looking at in this market. And I want to take a look at a couple of projects and kind of just go over the watch list on some key coins that I am looking at. We're seeing green again today on Polygon. Everyone knows, I think Polygon is probably my top, like, if there's a top 25, top 20 coin that I'm looking to accumulate the heaviest, it's probably Polygon right now, with their future of gaming behind them and everything that Ryan Wyatt's brought to the table with the gaming side. And today we see Starbucks bringing their rewards program over to Polygon. Hallelujah. Because I have said since the beginning and on these shows with people from the Web 2 side that I think loyalty programs are one of the best fits for NFT utility in traditional businesses. And we see Starbucks taking the leap here, an experience that enables you to earn and buy digital collectible stamps to unlock new coveted coffee experiences. They're bringing their loyalty program to the best proof of verification method in the world. Proof of ownership has never been more efficient and never been more proof than the blockchain. So I think this is fantastic integration. Applause to both Starbucks and Polygon. And this just only drives me even more bullish on Polygon. And as far as the rest of my watch list, guys, obviously I'm eyeing up those coins that I'm looking to take a dip after the ETH merger, like Sandbox, like Gala, even Wax. Wax has so many users on their platform, major partnerships, with Marvel and a couple other, I think Mattel, Marvel, Bratz. I think, a lot of trading cards go under Wax. I know some of the biggest games as far as, I think in player base, Splinterlands and Alien Worlds, they're both on Wax. So Wax has a lot of potential. Ultra, Vulcan Forged, Seedify, Super Farm. These are ones that you want to be studying up and looking for their valuations after this ETH merger. And there could be massive value across the entire watch list. And I always say, start from the top, guys. You never want to DCA from the bottom of your watch list up. And I'm talking about valuations, right? Start from the top. Money goes the same way from top to bottom. The money will flow from the top of the market to the bottom of the market, which means the high caps to the mid caps to the low caps. So you can play that safe, accumulate those top coins when you're comfortable after the ETH merge. Obviously, I'll be here with you every single step of the way to walk you through my strategy as the ETH merge plays out. But if you got value out of this video, if you got a little knowledge on the trends behind buy the rumor, sell the news, be sure to like the video, leave your comments down below. I'll answer some comments over the next hour or two in the comment section down below, and subscribe to the channel for videos here every single day on Crypto Banter. I will be back on Wednesday with another show, guys. As always, play well, my friends.